It is February 1st, which means we are once again attempting a vlog. I know that you don't know this. You have no way of knowing this, but every couple months or so I attempt a vlog and it just doesn't work out. I'm not sure why. I'm really hoping that February is gonna be the month. So I figured I would start today, film a little bit of stuff. I recorded a voiceover yesterday for an upcoming YouTube video. So I'm going to be editing that voiceover, editing that video, ideally putting it together, and that's kind of going to be where I stop today. And then tomorrow we're going to work on all of the like back end stuff, like the title, the description, the thumbnail, things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna show you a little bit of that. That's kind of my big task for the day. Maybe later I can actually like do some art and I can show you what I'm working on. You know, you get a sneak peek of what I'm gonna, be, I guess, using as a YouTube video later on. And yeah, so I'm just gonna be listening to some music and editing a video for the next like whatever number of hours I work on it today. And yeah, we've got some plans for the month, so hopefully I can show you a little bit of that too. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Maybe this won't even be the intro that I use. Maybe I'll use a different intro. Maybe I'll do something else. Maybe I'll cut this completely. Who knows? I'm just trying to build up a little bit of a clip bank so that you have something to watch. So yeah, okay, so let me get my computer turned on, get everything pulled up, and we can do this thing. Yeah.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out,
What you doing, Fox? That's so nice. Hello! Oh my goodness, hello!
Hi, hello. Thank you for the licks. Thank you for the licks. Are you wrapped up again? Yeah. Look.
Okay. When you have pets, the air purifier is necessary. So yeah, let me double. What is today's date? Today is, oh my goodness, the 6th. Okay. All right. Hello again. It is February 6th today, so it's been a few days since I checked in after my intro or whatever. What you just saw, basically, was very likely a couple clips of this past weekend where my wife and I took our dog to the park to go on a little hike and then go running through the park, which is always really fun for us. On one of the few weekends where it's not blisteringly hot or like raining, which is really what we experience most of the time. So that was cool. That was really fun. What else? We've been really getting into watching movies again, and I don't want you to sit here and like have to look at my talking head, so like I'm probably gonna put this behind ideally some footage of me drawing so that you guys can have a little something to look at that is not just me looking at the camera and talking about all the movies that we've watched recently. But we have watched a few movies recently, and I kind of want to talk about them because I'm having so much fun watching movies, and I forgot how fun watching movies can be. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna go back because even though we watched this movie at the end of January, I feel like I need to talk about it because I haven't had the appropriate time to talk about it. But I watched for the first time the 2010, I think it was a 2010 movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And when I tell you that movie aged poorly, wow. That movie aged so fucking poorly. Oh my god. So I didn't watch it, and weirdly, I would have been the ideal audience for this movie in 2010. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, back in 2010, so when I was still in high school, I was a fan of Michael Cera. I would have loved this movie. I don't even know why I didn't watch it. I don't know what I was doing in 2010 that I didn't watch this movie. But as I told my wife, who agreed and then made fun of me This is definitely the kind of movie that had I watched it in high school, I would have been like, this is 100% my personality. Like, I would have been like, oh my God, like, I love comic books. I think this is amazing. I mean, I like comic books now, but back then, like, I don't think I read my first comic book until I was like way into college, which is a crime, honestly. But yeah, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. If you haven't seen it, it's just about this guy, Scott Pilgrim, Michael Cera's character, and he's a bassist in a band that's not very successful, but he is, you know, reeling from a breakup by dating a high schooler. And he's like supposed to be 20, 21, something like that. Like, he's supposed to be like not not dating a high schooler. And the fact that it was so normalized when I was a teenager to have people like dating, like, do we all remember the Pretty Little Liars debacle? Like, and we thought it was okay. It wasn't okay. But yeah, so he's dating a high schooler, and then he falls for this other girl, Ramona, and Ramona has these like 7 evil exes or whatever that he has to like fight to the death in order to become this girl's boyfriend. Like, that's essentially the plot of the story. Pretty basic plot. Already he's dating a high schooler, red flag. That little girl should have fucking ran far away. And yeah, it's if you want to watch a movie that is very 2010s, that feels very, like, it's got that very strong, like, sort of like late aughts, early 2010s, sort of like over the top quirkiness and like too cool to care kind of vibes that we all obnoxiously had back then. This, I would say, is the movie for that. But did I enjoy it? No. Some of the cinematography was cool. Some of the visuals were cool. But my goodness, at the end of the day, if you don't have a good narrative, I can't take it seriously. Like, I can't take it seriously. Narrative comes before anything else, and the story is kind of not great. Now, I haven't read the comics, and I also haven't watched the new Netflix like anime thing that got released recently, I think. I don't know if it got released recently, but it's on Netflix because Netflix is just like, you watched the original Scott Pilgrim. Do you want to watch this new one? I'm like, no, I don't. I watched this one movie, didn't particularly like it. Stop recommending it to me. So yeah, did not enjoy Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Probably won't watch it again, but I can appreciate it for like a very strong sense of nostalgia that I felt when watching it. So I do like that. But everything else, like about the characters and everything, was just like, no thank you. The next movie, so the way that my wife and I have decided to pick movies is we pick sort of randomly. So we make 2 randomized wheels, one with decades, one with genres. We spin them both, and with that matching is what we pick. So my wife recently got 2010s action. I think that's what she said it was. It was 2010s action. And so she picked John Wick. Okay. When I tell you that I had no idea what John Wick was, like, I had heard the name, and I knew that Keanu Reeves is the star, and I knew that the way it was basically described, and this again is not a spoiler, is that someone kills this man's dog, and then he goes on like a killing spree to try to like find the person who killed his dog. And I thought that was an exaggeration. Like, I thought that was supposed to be a joke. And when I tell you that it was not a joke, like, someone kills this man's dog, and then he fucking murders so many people, just so many people in the process of trying to get to the person who actually killed his dog. And I mean, me, if there's one thing about me, I love an action movie. I've always been like this. I like when things blow up. I like watching these like fun, sort of over the top, like, I'm a crazy hitman and I'm gonna kill everyone and it's so easy for me. Like, it's like popcorn fun and I love it. So I wasn't opposed to watching John Wick, and I was just like, yeah, whatever, like this is gonna be a movie. And I'm like, once we started watching it and once like we got into it, I'm like, this is a movie. Like, this is amazing. I had so much fun watching Keanu Reeves just fucking go at it at people. It was incredibly fun to watch. I was on his side the entire time. And yeah, I think that, again, I think the cinematography was cool, but the cinematographer was the same cinematographer who did Law Abiding Citizen, which is another 2010s movie, I think. Which is the movie with, is it Gerard Butler? I think it's Gerard Butler, and someone comes in and kills his wife, and then I think the person who kills his wife, like, doesn't get convicted for one reason or another, and so Gerard Butler, like, goes on a rampage killing everyone that he thinks is responsible for, like, not convicting this guy. Which is, I mean, right on up my alley. So the cinematography like felt very close to that, so I can understand that. I can understand why I liked it, but I just think that, you know, from like an artistic perspective, going back to John Wick, it just felt very bleak, like very spare. And I enjoyed that because, you know, he's not supposed to be this sort of over the top character. He's not supposed to be like a caricature. He's just supposed to be, I don't know, like if vengeance was a person. So like no feelings, no nothing. He's just like, I mean, like the man shows emotion maybe twice in the movie in total. And other than that, he's just like, he holds it all deep in here. And I feel like, you know, the movie kind of felt very cold, sort of desaturated, you know, not very high contrast. And I think that really matched the character of John Wick and sort of like what we're supposed to be experiencing with him. In addition to the fact that it's just a lot of popcorn fun and he's just running around fucking just murdering, which is, I mean, a fun. I like movies where things blow up and people get shot. I don't know. And then and then my spin was for a 2000s thriller. And I sort of came at it sideways because it kind of said it was a thriller, but it was like mostly a mystery. But really the 2000s thrillers, I wasn't super interested in them besides the ones that I've already seen. Like Seven is on there, American Psycho is on there. Like, I've already seen those movies. We didn't want to watch them again. So I picked Mulholland Drive. And this is from the 2000s. This is like a 20-year-old movie. So if you don't know what this is, I'm not surprised because I didn't really know what it was other than it's directed and written by David Lynch, who I often get confused with David Fincher, who was also a director who was directing thrillers in the 2000s. David Fincher is the gentleman who did, I think, Seven, but also Fight Club. So I get these two men confused all the time. But David Lynch, he directed Mulholland Drive, and it was supposed to be a surrealist mystery. And when I tell you that that was an understatement, I have no idea what we watched. This was a 2.5-hour movie, which already I should have been like, oh crap, I should have checked how long the movie is before I actually go in and decide that this is the one that I want to watch, because I hate super long movies. But 2.5-hour movie, we decided to watch it. I can't even really explain too much of it to you without it being like, one, very confusing, but also like, if you want to see it, very spoilery. What I can tell you about it is it's essentially about this woman who gets into a car accident, loses her memory, wanders into this random apartment in LA. And then when the woman whose apartment that is comes home and finds her, they like become friends and try to uncover the mystery of who the amnesiac woman is and how she got there, and, you know, try to get her back on her feet and stuff like that. And then we go for a wild ride through like early 2000s LA, I guess it is. This movie was so confusing, and I'm not even sure if I liked this movie. The way I said it is, I'm too confused about what this movie is about and what I was supposed to get from this movie to know if I like it, if that makes sense to anyone. Because like, it just gets so muddled, like halfway through the movie, maybe a little like more than halfway through the movie, you know, there are some twisty bits, right? That's what makes it a surrealist mystery. So, you know, there's going to be some twisty bits coming in. And I'm just not sure what interpretation. If you Google the movie and you Google like explained or meaning or things like that, you'll know that it's a movie that can be left up to a lot of interpretations, and I just don't know which interpretation that I take from it. So yeah. All right, so that was a little rambly. I'm not sure how much of this is actually gonna like stay in the vlog. But yeah, today is gonna be a big drawing day for me because I just finished putting up a YouTube video, and so I don't have a lot of computer work to do, so hopefully I can show you a little bit of what I'm working on in terms of drawing, you know, before, or maybe if those videos come out before the vlog does, you know, like you can see a little bit of the like work in progress stage of a lot of them. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with that. But yeah, if you're watching any movies and you have any recommendations for like weird obscure movies that maybe you think more people need to watch, like comment them. I want them because I used to be a big movie head. I used to love watching movies, and then for some reason I just like fell off, and I'm getting back into the movie watching, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So all of the movie recommendations, send them my way, particularly ones that have solid cinematography, because I've really been getting into cinematography for like obvious art reasons. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So if I can pull this into frame, I'll just show it to you in bits and pieces. You saw me working on this sketchbook page in the last little clip, and mostly I wanted to take, it was basically a class on Skillshare. It was a class on basic like ink drawing. I will pop a screenshot of the like class cover so that if you're interested in a class like that, you can check it out on Skillshare. But it was a basic Ink 101 class. I don't usually do Ink 101 classes, but this one also included some like bonus lessons on textures, so I definitely wanted to get that. But yeah, like the instructor just had us do some basic, you know, contour drawing, which I'm not usually a fan of just going in straight with ink and sketching, but honestly, I've been having some art block recently, so I actually weirdly, I just like how stylized like these three things look. Like that's just some chapstick, that's my tape that sits on my desk, and like that's my pencil sharpener. And I just weirdly like how stylized that they look, and it looks fun. And then it was just like, you know, some basic instructions on hatching and cross hatching. You see I got the sphere here, and then the like sphere down there with the hatching and the cross hatching, and then stippling, which is my personal favorite but takes forever, which is why like I didn't take the time here to make it a smooth gradient up, just because oh my god, stippling takes forever. But I do enjoy stippling a lot. But what I really came to the class for, I think that was a good primer, I guess. And I actually really enjoyed the way that she explained like hatching versus cross hatching. And I don't usually like cross hatching, but I feel like my scale here came out pretty cool, so I'm enjoying that. And I really enjoyed the way she explained hatching and cross hatching as it like not being about pressure but being about repetition. I don't know why that stuck with me, but I do think that it was helpful. And then, okay, I know these aren't great, so whatever, it's just in my sketchbook. But this is a picture of a red panda that I did with a micron pen, I think in 0.3. She was using 0.1 and 0.05, and I was using 0.3 because I usually use 0.3 or 0.1 for my things. But yeah, I have been wanting to work on fur and animals for a really long time, and I just haven't really given myself the chance to do it. And while this is by no means something that I think is like incredible, I do think it's a good start. Like, this is like these two, and this is just a bird. I did this one. I tried to do it with the like a regular metal dip tip. No, I tried to do it with a regular metal tip dip pen, but it was weirdly scratchy, and I think I'm doing something wrong. I've got to figure out how to use these dip pens because I just got them, but I ended up using a glass dip pen, and it was really fun, but the lines were too thick for me to really like get this level of detail, and I'm constantly guilty of going in too heavy with value and then not really having anywhere to go, so I just end up needing to like black everything out. But you can see even here, well, that was like ink spilled out, but you can see even here that the lines were just too thick. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Basically, I just need a little bit more practice with my dip pens, but I haven't been able to use them, and I just wanted to try it. And like, I think that he's cute. I don't mind him. He's a cute little sketchbook thing. So yeah, those are the things that I was working on in my sketchbook that you just saw me doing. And yeah, so again, I will no, I don't have any way to end this clip. So these are the things that you saw me working on in my sketchbook. So yeah, cue the next clip. Okay, I'm hoping I'm in frame here because I'm using my back camera to record this very quickly. And I just want to film a quick outro for the February vlog because I realized after I put all of the clips together that I didn't film an outro. So that was February. Hopefully I will get better at, coming up with clips for vlogs. I do have sort of a part 2 because I filmed another section of me talking and chatting about stuff that really didn't fit into this vlog, so I'll probably make it its own video, and that'll be up very soon. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and stick around for some more videos, or check out my other videos that have been linked throughout this one. Okay, yeah, that's it for me. Bye now.